There we go. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So now I'm just going to go over our agenda in a second. But before I get into that, I want to start off with a discussion to introduce our topic. So if you guys can raise your hand if you've ever done any sort of research on an employer or intentional employer in the past. All right, perfect. Yeah, so I feel like got a couple hands here. I feel like it's a pretty common thing to do some research. So yeah, if you guys want to just give me in the chat box, you can just give me some examples of what kind of research or, the types of tools you've used, what has helped you in the past to research. We got Glassdoor, LinkedIn, the company website for sure. Yeah, Indeed. Okay, Google. Yeah. Company website. Okay, perfect. We got some examples there. It seems like we all have done our own research, but yeah, so we're going to be going into depth on some of these tools and websites that you can use to help you research these employers. So we're going to start off with Glassdoor, which it seems like a lot of you are already familiar with. And then we are going to talk about LinkedIn and the ways that you can actually use that to research potential employers and network with them. And then we're going to go into Indeed. I know Indeed, a lot of us use to job search, but it actually has a lot of different tools that can help you research the company in different ways that I wasn't even aware of before. And then we're going to wrap up today's workshop with a final discussion. All right, so we're going to go into Glassdoor. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Glassdoor, it's a website where people, either former or current employees, can go in and write reviews, anonymous reviews on companies they've worked for currently, in the past, whatever it is. So if we look here, this is just an example of an overview of Google. So you can see the overview kind of covers some general information about the company. We have the size of the company, their revenue, the industry it's in. You can also see if it's won any Glassdoor awards, which I will talk about a bit later, but that's just on the bottom that, just take note of. You will notice in the top right corner, it was rated best places to work in 2022. So again, that's something I will get into after. But when we look at the overview, you'll see there's several different tabs. So we have reviews, which is where you're going to find these anonymous reviews based on any pros and cons people have had with their with the company. You'll see jobs. These are job postings located wherever the company has offices. So you can search that. There's also reviews on salaries, which is very important to all of us. You can look at your specific position and see what you're actually looking for to see what your pay range might be. And then you'll also see that there's interviews. So this is something that I've used in the past personally. People will write down interview questions and answers that companies are looking for. They'll rate how easy an interview was, how they got it, things like that. So it's really beneficial. Chun-Li, do you have a question? No? Okay. Oh, sorry, I can't hear you. It's kind of quiet.
No question.
Okay, I'm just going to continue. If you had a question, just put it in the chat if I missed it. All right, and then finally we have benefits. So people will review the types of benefits that are offered by the company, what they are, how good they are, if that's something that is important to you and how you do research on an employer. That information is there, and it is nice to have that transparency. So if we look here, this is just a general kind of overview of what the reviews look like. So on the left-hand side here, we see the average rating of the company. It has a 4.5 out of 5, which is really high up there. You'll see the 5-star rating here. You'll see some pros, some cons, if someone recommends the company, whatnot. You'll see their current employee. They've been there for more than 5 years. So you can look at that review and get a sense that it's a pretty reliable and legit review. Another cool thing about Glassdoor is that you can actually review the CEO. You'll see at the top here that the CEO alone has over 5,000 ratings. So again, if that's something that is important to you, that information is readily available. And you know it's not going to be biased because it's coming from actual employees. If we look on the right-hand side, we'll see just a general overview and average of what all of these reviews look like. So you'll see that there, if you look over here, there's 29,000 reviews on Google, and that can be really overwhelming. You might not know what to look for, how to filter these reviews. So this is just a good way to get a general feel of, what you're looking for. You'll see the average pros that people say. So you'll see it's a great place to work. There's great culture, great perks, good pay, all really good things that we probably all want in a job. And then you'll also see some cons. A lot of people saying it's too big of a company. There's a lot of pressure, things like that. So just by looking here, you can kind of see, all right, I get a sense of what I'm looking for, what's good, what's bad. Now I could probably go in and look at those individual reviews. So this is just a little overview of what the interview and benefits pages look like. So for the interviews, you'll see people can rate their experience, how they got the interview, whether they applied online, they were referred, a recruiter, some sort of external, application process. All of that is right there. And you can even search by your specific job title. So if there is a specific job that you're interested in or you've applied for, you can really just search there and see what types of questions are asked for that job or position. Oh, right. And then on the right-hand side here, we do have the benefits. Again, if that's something or some information that's important to you, that is available there. It doesn't have too many reviews, only 55 compared to the 29,000 reviews for, the general company. But again, it's still something, and that information is there for you. So I don't know if that was convincing enough for you, but if you're still wondering, well, why else should I use this? What else does it have? It does have a lot more tools that I didn't list here. So one of the biggest things that Glassdoor does is it really focuses on workplaces and CEOs. So that means that a lot of their reviews and the research that Glassdoor does looks at what kind of work-life balance you have. They look at the type of culture that you're going to be working in, and they also look at CEO pay ratios. And what that means is they're going to take into consideration the CEO and what they make yearly in comparison to the average salary for the company. And that's a really good way to kind of gauge the type of culture and environment that you're going to be working in. So if that's important to you, that information is there for you. Another cool thing is the annual Employees Choice Awards. So like I mentioned before, the Glassdoor Awards, Google was rated one of the top 5 best employers of the year. And now these awards, they're given out every year, and they are based on all of the reviews that are written on this website. So what Glassdoor does is they take an average of all the different reviews, all the different salaries, the benefits, they average all of that information up, and then they compile a list of the best workplaces. And again, you can sense that it's a pretty good way to judge whether or not a workplace is going to be a good or not so great place, because all of these reviews and all of this information is coming from employees. It's not coming from some outsider, it's very unbiased. On top of that, they do offer guides on how to interpret these results. So it'll break down all of those things for you. So on top of all that, I know I've mentioned in my presentation so far that it is reliable, but if you're still questioning, well, how can it be reliable? You know, how legit is it? The website does have a content management team that screens every single review that is written. And about 20% of these reviews are actually rejected after going through the screening process. So that's a pretty high amount of reviews that are not getting put through. That's not to say that they kind of toss away the negative reviews. There are a lot of negative reviews, but they just try to screen it based on, you know, the email you use. Like they try to really confirm whether or not you have worked or do work at that company. And then if you are working in a smaller company, unlike Google, they do have different rules on how to write these reviews in order to protect your identity. One of the biggest things Glassdoor does is really promise a sense of anonymity. So if you're in a smaller company, they really work on protecting you if you do have something negative to say. Finally, if you're still not sold, in 2015, a UK-based study on Glassdoor found it to be a lot more trustworthy than any career guide or official documents that came from companies directly. So again, Glassdoor is something that I personally use. But yeah, I definitely think a lot of us have, and if you haven't, definitely check it out. But now I'm going to pass this off to Samina, and she's going to take over from here. Oh, Samina, you're muted.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Alisa. Let's share my screen now. Right, using LinkedIn to search employers. So LinkedIn is a common and most acceptable social platform where 96% recruiters usually look for potential candidates or new talents for their vacant position. Survey shows that more than 700 million members manage their professional identity and make contacts there every day. So how do we research on potential employers on LinkedIn? Let's see. I'm going to directly to my LinkedIn profile. Are you seeing my LinkedIn profile? Yes? Okay, thank you so much. So if you see here, see there are different features at the top of this LinkedIn profile: home, my network, jobs, messaging, notification, and me. And if you want to search on any position, or if you want to search on employers, you just directly go here. For example, if I want to search on teacher assistant position in Canada, I click here and lots of opportunities pop up. See, among these opportunities, I want to choose secondary English teachers, Brunei Darussalam. So all the information about this organization are given here, and you can easily apply, or you can save this position for future. And here, see, if we go down, if you scroll down, we can know about, or we can research on potential employer too. For example, Paul Thorley, Global Resourcing Lead at Education Development Trust. Exciting opportunity to teach in tropical Brunei. He's talking about all sorts of opportunities and describing organization and how inclusive it is. So we can research on potential organization or employer through this very user-friendly LinkedIn. Now, see here, I'm going at the top and just press the button of LinkedIn Learning Courses. This is an amazing tool, LinkedIn Learning Courses. More than 20,000 courses are preparing job seekers for job readiness. And they are teaching lots of things. Even important in recruiters are teaching and sharing their perspective through these LinkedIn courses. See here, JT O'Donnell on making recruiters come to you. This lady wearing nice red dress She is a recruiter and she is sharing her perspective, what she needs and what she is expecting, not only about her generally, she's talking about all of the recruiters generally, that what recruiters usually need and what do they expect from the job seekers or the candidates. So if someone goes through these training courses, or if someone attend this training or modules, they will research on the recruiters, their mind, their perspective, their need, and they will be job ready. I can say. Now, I'm going to my slide again and share with you something. Right. So I'm going down. See, just 2 days ago, I searched on a fashion designer position and this position comes up. And it's easily applied and lots of opportunities are there. And you can talk, you can know about this Candy House recruiters too. Candy House Fun House is Canada's largest online candy store, and with all sorts of 3,000 products and other things. So you will know about this organization and about the recruiter too. This is one kind of research as well, and it's so user friendly, so easy to know about employers, to know about organization. So different days, different position come, and you may save it for your future search or for your future apply. Duties and job responsibilities you will find, and through these duties and job responsibilities, you will understand the requirement of the position. Now, networking through LinkedIn. Let's share some tips. Who should you connect with? Basically, anyone in your field. Suppose you're a career development professional, connect with teachers, senior career development professional, managers, industry leaders, and other professionals who are connected to your profession. For example, job developers and resource specialists. Use the people you already know tool. There is a tool in LinkedIn and there is already no tool. Use this tool. Then through them, you can join with those people who you may not know. This is a great way to be connected like a chain of recruiters. And sometimes in LinkedIn, it is written, this is for you. We are looking for you. This job is only for you. This kind of motivating statement motivate a lot job seekers and to be connected. 2, join a group of career development professionals. Look at the group connection and the people are connected to. Find influencers in your niche, in your own context. Scroll down in their profile and see who you want to connect. And you can do your research too on potential employers. Add yourself to each person or group that you like. Join the discussion or start a discussion. It's a very useful tool actually. Starting discussion or join a discussion, you can get connected to the recruiters, and recruiters may start researching on you by your comments, by your discussion, by your posting. One of the best ways to connect with people on a more personal basis is that asking for advice or asking any questions, or maybe trying to answer the question. Just remember, people or high-level professionals are really very busy. So don't bother them by asking too many questions. Make your question very short and simple and sweet. Finally, don't spam. Stay topical, humble, and then you will find the right connection you need. And I have to say about the LinkedIn profile, without this discussion cannot be completed. So your LinkedIn profile is probably the most singular tool to attract the recruiters today. Truly, employers are looking for you, just need a right profile. The first thing is your photograph. You need a good lighting, good background, and you need to look approachable. So don't be much serious. Smile on your face. A decent smile on your face works a lot. Your headings are very much important. If your keywords are in the headlines, you can improve your chances up and give a positive result to the employers or recruiters. Then go to your summary or about you part. Recruiters do not want to read epic about you. If you really know who you are, you can express yourself in just few sentences and in such a way that could be engaging to the employers. Roll up your experiences, explain what value you bring, and your work history with key points, education, voluntary experience, interest. If you have publication, you can add. All of these things will make an amazing and exact profile. And recruiters will attract an appropriate, and maybe recruiters will get attracted to this appropriate profile. Then they will start researching on you. But please don't exaggerate. Be simple and be exact. Stick to the facts. Thank you so much. Now I'm handing it to my honorable colleague, Catherine.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop sharing this.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I think some issues here.
Yes, we can see the screen, Catherine.
Whoops. Okay, I've got some technical issues. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to talk about Indeed, last but not least of the three sites. Indeed is the #1 job site worldwide and is based in Austin, Texas, USA. It was created in 2004, and they say there are over 250 million visits to that site per month. It's available in more than 60 countries, including Canada, and the program is available in 28 different languages. No fees to register for a job search. They call themselves more than just a job search site. In addition to looking for jobs, you can find information on company reviews, salary guides, and different types of jobs. Also includes popular sections such as work from home, customer service, general labor, grocery stores, or even just administrative assistance. The interface is fairly easy to use. You just click on the one separate section and type in the company's name and then the location where the company is located. Also even allows you, like LinkedIn, to apply for jobs directly from the site. And it's well laid out and easy on the eyes. The pros, easy to use interfaces for finding information. They have a large database of companies, including a lot of Canadian and companies from other such as Australia, UK. The reviews are fairly straightforward in several categories, including workplace culture. They give information, about workplace culture, work-life balance, salary, benefits, management, and job security and advancement possibilities. They also have information on company reviews, of course, which is what we're looking for, salaries and jobs themselves. It's a very easy process for posting reviews. I actually went through the process myself. It takes about 12 hours from the time that you fill out the review information before it gets posted, because they do check for, I guess, unflattering or inappropriate content. Some of the cons. In our field, basically as CDPs, we're looking at a lot of smaller agencies, And I found that information on them looking through Indeed was rather difficult. Some weren't even in the system, and some basically only had the name or the very general information about the company. Times Change, for instance, only had the name. I think Wood Green and PTP, of the ones that I researched, had about the most information. They're also geared towards American zip codes, so you have to constantly correct for by putting in Canadian cities and postal codes. This is basically what the PTP site looks like on their interface. Gives a little bit of information about working at PTP. You can follow them on Indeed. And then you search by job title, location, gives the ratings, the pay and benefits, job security and advancement, and the management and culture. They actually got pretty good reviews, but there were only, like most of the companies in our field, there were only, like, say, about 3 or 4 reviews. Very few had more than that. So, after seeing an overview of all 3 sites, which one do you think that you would be more interested in actually checking out, or would you use a combination of all of the above? I'm going to put up a poll, and you can also write it in the chat about which you would prefer. I'll just go and launch the chat. Okay, I think the poll is up. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting results. Okay, everyone's answered. So Glassdoor, 19%, LinkedIn at 44%, followed by Indeed with 38%. I think myself, I would probably use basically a mixture of all 3, or even others, because a lot of them have different features that make them good. I find LinkedIn has a lot of different features that the other 2 do not have. Plus, there's the fact that there's a community on LinkedIn for people to join as they see fit, plus the LinkedIn learning courses. So that probably gives them a leg up on the other 2 and or any of the others in the field. So we'll close off now. Does anybody have any questions? Well, thank you for attending our presentation, and have a great night. And it's been really good working with everyone in this course this semester. And see you in the follow-up course in another week or so. And I'm going to stop recording if I can find the button.
Should be in the upper left-hand corner.
Yes.